What's up, my fellow comic book readers? Happy new comic book day. We got us a nice little stack. Let's talk about it. And so, instead of doing like a funny skit, I figured I'd tell a funny story that happened to me today. I went to go get gas at Costco. Or not get gas, but pump air in my tires at Costco. And I'm wearing my bright yellow hoodie, so I'm guessing that's what was throwing these old people off. But, I'm putting air in the tire, and then some lady pulls up behind me and, like, blocks me in. And she's like, "Don't go nowhere." And I was like, okay. I was like, shit, I don't have my Costco card. Maybe she's, like, coming to rat me out or something, right? And she gets out of her car, and she's like, "Last time I was here, the man that was supposed to pump my tires ran off, and I'm making sure you're not going anywhere before you put air in my tires." And I was like, "Ma'am, I don't work here." She's like, "You don't work here?" And I was like, "No." Like, I'm wearing basketball shorts and a fucking inappropriate hat and everything. And I'm like, "I don't work here." And she's like, "Oh, how do I get somebody to come help me with air in my tires?" I was like, I have no clue, you know? And so she backs up and then illegally parks on the other side. People are like honking her or whatever. And I'm like, just kind of like mind blown, right? So I go to the other side and I'm pumping air in the other tire. And the guy that pulls up, he's also like in his 80s, right? He's like, "Hey, before you pump her, I was here first. I need you to come over and put air in my tire." I was like, "Sir, I don't work here. I don't work here." All right, and we're just going to go over the books in no particular order, man. But before we do the books, I want to shout out, dude, Ignition Press. I feel like every week, every other week, Ignition Press is sending some cool little, like, trinkets home. This one's kind of celebrating, like, No Place, which I haven't read yet, but I have it. And then Roots of Madness, which number 1 was a banger. I got issue 2 here today. But shout out to Ignition Press. They're always doing cool little things to support the people that are supporting them. But first off, we got to start off with a big title, Batman Beyond and Static, getting it in. Dude, this is issue 1. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this because I've never read anything Static before. And I'm stoked to read that. I did see a negative review about it, saying that it was like specifically for Static fans and Batman Beyond fans, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to read it. I'm going to enjoy it. We got Supergirl issue number 7. This has been so fun so far. And I know on issue 1, there were a couple people I saw that didn't really appreciate the fight between Supergirl and the Shark. But the Shark's back on the cover, so maybe we're going to get more of her. And yeah, I'm excited. Mr. Terrific issue number 6. Mr. Terrific has been terrific. Not to be a corny, punny dad type kind of guy, but this is fantastic. If you're into DC and you're not reading Mr. Terrific, or even if you're just interested in a good story, Mr. Terrific is it, guys. You definitely pick it up. We got Maria Lavelle's Artificial issue number 3. This has been a fun little change of pace comic series for me. It's about a woman. She's, tired of playing the whole fucking dating game, and she's trying out AI, and AI is, you can see he's got red eyes. I think something crazy is about to happen, but we'll see. And then we got Transformers issues number 26. I fell asleep. I don't know how the hell. I didn't know 26 was coming out today. But issue 25, which was the first one for Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora, was a freaking banger. I'm anticipating this being a freaking banger, so I'm excited to read this. Next up, we got Aquaman issue number 11. This is one of those series, guys. I started it. The first 5 or 6 issues, it was like in my top 5 of DC Comics. But as we're on issue number 11, I'm just like, do I even want to keep reading this? This is going to be the deciding issue. If this issue isn't a hit for me, and not everybody else, everybody has their, their peaks and their lows, and they got their highs, they got their best, they got their worst, whatever. If this doesn't work for me, this might be the last Aquaman issue I buy. Next up, we got VR Troopers. This is number 3, with the flip side of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Ninja Rangers. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure how this ended up in my book, in my stack. I'm going to read it, but I don't even know what's going on because, yeah, a cool little mystery, I guess. Next up, we got Batman Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice. I think this is issue number 5. Yeah, issue number 5. This has been all right. It hasn't been amazing, but, I think there's only one more, or maybe this is the last one. So I'm definitely going to finish it because I don't want to buy, 3 of 5 and then wonder if the last 2 issues wrapped up the story nicely or whatever. And I got a little theory on why Marvel and DC and even indie companies now are doing like 4 to 6 comic book runs, which I might make another video talking about that, my theory. And some of you guys, it might be a common theory. A bunch of people might be thinking it. But anyways, next up we got Roots of Madness, issue number 2. I said this earlier that I picked this up, but this is a fun little story about a family that's growing up in the bayou, and there's some mysterious plants. They're kind of like witches. Very interesting, very intriguing. I am interested and excited to read that. Next up, it's a Ghost Machine title, so you know it's going to be a banger. Redcoat. Redcoat is the one Ghost Machine title that I was kind of hesitant on reading because I'm not like a gigantic history buff. But I started reading this, and Simon Pure, which is anything but, as you'll find as you read these comics, Simon Pure has really been surprising me. I've really enjoyed Redcoat. If you're hesitant on reading it because you're not a history buff, you don't really have to be. They really, like, it's an alternate history anyways. I mean, it's not really alternate history. It's kind of like along the lines of history, but it's actually not what happened, right? Like George Washington is a sorcerer type thing, right? So, very interesting. Next up, we got the Avengers issues number 6. This is a good Marvel book. This is good for Marvel fans. It has my boy Namor in there, which is one of my top 3 favorite Marvel heroes. Namor. I pointed at Bucky over here first. But it has Namor, which is why I'm still reading it, because we don't get a whole lot of Namor. So I'm taking advantage of it when I get it. Next up, we got Red Hulk issue number 10. This has been so fun, man. Red Hulk has been a badass. The Nemesis, the fighting of Doctor Doom. It's a Doctor Doom tie-in, but it's not, you don't have to be reading One World Under Doom to enjoy Red Hulk. I'll say that. Next up, we got Eddie Brock, issue number 10. I haven't read 9 yet. It's still in my TBR. But when 8 left off, I was kind of hoping that Muse would get the Carnage symbiote, because I thought Muse and Carnage combining would be freaking wild. But it kind of looks like, a little bit of Null. I think that might be Null in there. I don't know. But I say Null because on the back, it's a preview or an advertisement for Null issue number 1 that comes out of January next year. So I haven't read a whole lot of Venom or Carnage. This is my one Carnage run that I have been 100% on. But I think I might get Null just to give it a shot. But Eddie Brock Carnage 10. Eddie Brock Carnage has been fantastic. I definitely recommend it. Fantastic Four issue number 5. I think I have to read 3, 4, and now 5. So I'm a little bit behind on this. I don't understand the Black Cat tie-in, but I guess we're about to have Black Cat has been great. So I'm wondering if this is gonna be Black Cat from the current Black Cat run, or if this is like her own story in the Fantastic Four story. I don't know. Fantastic Four is another kind of like middle of the pack one for me. Next up, we got Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring. I think this is issue number 4. Yeah, issue number 4. Dude, this has got to be one of my favorite comic books. The art in it is so unique. It seems basic, but it's kind of like Dexter, like the serial killer Dexter meets Bearstein Bears. That's my comparison. If you've been here a while, you've heard me say it every time I read it. That's my comparison. This is fantastic. I can't wait to read this. Next up, we got my comic shop news, 1995. Then we're Taking Everyone Down With Us, issue number 6. I think this is the final issue of this series, and that scares me because this has been so damn good, and there's been so many, like, I see this hand right here, and I think, like, is that the little girl? Is that the dad? Please don't be the little girl and the dad, dude. If I cried, we got Spider-Man Noir issue number 2. Spider-Man Noir issue number 1 was, I loved it. I thought it was a freaking amazing series. It kind of gets me even more excited for Spider-Man Noir, the show that's coming out. I can't wait. But I enjoyed issue number 1. I'm hoping number 2 continues. And then last but definitely not least, Godzilla Dead Zone issue number 4. The Kaizei era of Godzilla from IDW, man. They are killing it. I love what they are doing with the Kaizei era in IDW with Godzilla. It has been so amazing. I love all the stories they're going. You got Dead Zone, you got Godzilla, you got Starship Godzilla. I think those are the 3 main ones. They could bring in another one. I'm excited to see how they're going to tie all these in together. But this has been fantastic. The main guy that's on the run, he just found 2 other kids now that have powers also. So I'm excited to read those. Guys, shout out to Memory Lane Comics, dude. They always hook it up. And also, I forgot to say this at the very beginning of the video. I meant to. For the first time, I think the first time, I ran into somebody that I've become friends with over TikTok. I ran into them at Memory Lane today. I was standing there in line talking to my boy Jose, and Ragu came in. And I was like, dude, I know that face. And then he kind of recognized me at the same time. We were like, yo, what's up? So fucking cool. I love this community. I love the people that are in this community, man. And running into a fellow content creator and just a cool ass dude, you know what I mean? Like, he just happened to be there at the same time I was. It wasn't coordinated. Thought that was a freaking awesome experience. I hope everybody gets to have cool experiences like that with comic book, whether it's at a convention or a comic book store or whatever. But shout out to Ragu, man. I really like your content. I think you're a cool ass dude outside of your content, and just a cool experience. But guys, I definitely hope everybody's getting the same things I'm getting, and I hope they're getting different things that I'm getting, because I love to hear y'all's reviews of shit that I'm not reading. But even if you're not going to read the stuff I'm recommending, pick up something, read it, stimulate that mind, and have a great day. Happy New Comic Book Day!